bit about young adult literature, then I'm going to let you go. I want to be respectful of your time, but I did want to talk with you just because you've written 8 novels, all available at barbarashoup.com.
Yeah.
So there, I'm going to help you out with your reluctance in marketing. Go to barbarashoup.com. By looking for Jack Kerouac. It's an amazing novel. You're going to have a good time. So of those 8 novels, 5 are young adult.
Right.
You seem to be attracted again and again to young adult stories. What is it about young adult protagonists and young adult novels that you think appeals to you?
I like the age. I like the coming of age. I like the fact that I like turning point. I call them turning point novels, a certain kind of novel where a character, something happens that brings a lot of things to bear in the character's life, and that it creates an arc of things that happen that come down on the other end, where the character has resolved something or discovered that it can't be resolved, whatever, and that can move on into the next phase of his life. Those are books that don't generally take up a lot of time. I mean, the time frame of those books is usually a year or less, and I like that. I like that, kind of time frame to work with, and I like the coming of age thing is great for that turning point kind of novel. And that's the kind of novel I like to write. And I'm really fascinated. I remain fascinated by that age. I was not a happy adolescent. I'm still trying to figure out, why did I not get that date to the prom? And could I possibly get them now?
So are you still trying to be cool in high school?
I am. It's never too late. That's what I tell myself. But it's really that I'm just fascinated by it. And I love to be around kids that age and watch them, and I love to wonder, why is that girl popular, but why can't they see that girl's really cool too? But, nobody's paying attention to her. And the same with boys, and one of the things I loved about teaching and still love is sometimes I would see in kids what they couldn't see themselves. And that was, and then, they grow up, and a lot of those kids are still in my life. And I see, I saw that in you before. You didn't see it yourself, how smart you were and how attractive you were. And that's neat. Actually, one of my former students from Broad Ripple, Rachel, who is our programs manager here, we work together now, which I think is the coolest thing in the world. I just love that. So I just like that age group. I'm fascinated by it. And even when I've written books for adults, there's always a teenager in it. And the teenager is always the person who's mixing it up, who's kind of pushing people toward coming to terms with something or admitting something or moving, whatever. So I just like that age group. I think it's really interesting.
It's fun. I hold up my prop. The long novel, The Book of David. It's a book for adults. It's about adult protagonists. And it's 5 chapters, 5 installments of this ginormous serial novel. And for the first 3 of those installments, one character is a baby, but there's a huge jump in time between chapter 3 and chapter 4 for the end of the novel. And then the baby becomes an 8 to 9-year-old boy, depending on when we are in the story. And I was so looking forward to getting him. I was hurrying through the first 3 chapters because I'm going to get to a middle grade perspective, and then I'll feel comfortable again. I'll be back home.
Yeah, I guess that's where I feel comfortable. That's what that's what I like. I like that world. It's always interesting to me.